This is the question 69 from Ugc Net 23. The question is stated that if the revenue deficit of an economy is 3%, the deficit implies that our expenditure is greater than our income. So revenue deficit is revenue expenditure minus revenue income, which is 3% of GDP. Okay. Now primary deficit is 2% of GDP. Now primary deficit is fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Okay, what is happening? Interest payments and fiscal deficit is which is equals to 2% of GDP. Okay, now fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus total income. Now in total we have two things, revenue and capital. So total expenditure implies revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure minus revenue plus capital income. Okay, now see, I can write it as revenue expenditure minus revenue income plus capital expenditure minus capital income, and this all given us equal to 7% of GDP. Now as we know, see, from first equation it has been given that revenue expenditure, this is revenue deficit, and it has been given to us as 3%. So 3% plus capital deficit, I can write it as this, capital deficit is equals to 7%. So our capital deficit is equals to 7% minus 3% equals to 4% of GDP. And it is asking for capital expenditure to GDP ratio of what? of economy would be. Now the capital expenditure to GDP ratio. They are assuming we have no capital income because all capital income goes into the revenue income. So there is no capital income. So our answer is 4%. Okay. So our answer is 4%. So correct option is 3. I hope this will be helpful to you, and if it is so, then please do comment, like and subscribe. Thank you.